Hey Cosmic Fam.
Hello.
We're here at the sad looking pea bed. As you can see, the velocity of these guys has just withered down to nothing. And
Volume, I think you mean.
that too. And if you look under here, which you probably don't have the best view of, it's really starting to yellow. It's starting to get hot here more than it's not hot.
So,
and they're not liking it.
But thankfully we waited long enough where it looks like they filled out pretty well. So we're gonna rip up this bed. We're going to, what do you call that?
Amend it.
Amend it, yeah. And show you what we're gonna plant. So
we'll get to it. Sarah, the big blue homestead, the big blue house homestead. Look it. Real gardeners. Look at that caterpillar. We're not welcome.
that was easy, quick and painless.
That's a no-no. That's a no-no.
Yeah, that one right there.
They will eat right through your plants. I'm not sure if that's a butterfly, so I'm gonna go put him back in the forest where he can eat all the trees he wants.
And we're gonna go over here and pick through our peas and see what we got. So we've made our way over to the shade. We're gonna start harvesting these peas and throw away the extra for the bunnies. Hopefully they'll eat it.
We're gonna throw that right in compost.
Yeah, well, compost is pretty much the bunny pile. So here we go.
So guys, we had 20 plants in total in that bed. We call it hyper planting. I maximize my space with plants. The pros to that were we got 3 decent harvests off of all of these plants. As you can see, that's what we took off today. I'd say that's pretty close to a gallon.
It's about 2 pounds. We will be weighing it and showing you.
The cons, I would say, to that are there's not enough ventilation. You definitely want them spaced out a little more.
We saw some slugs.
Yes, there was a lot of areas for bugs to hide. There wasn't a whole lot of bug damage, and actually, watch your face.
Yeah.
Here's our roots. They were pretty healthy and developed. I don't see any signs of nematodes or anything like that. So,
and like we said, a lot of the foliage really had nothing as far as chew marks go.
So one of my tips for you is we're going to throw this right back in the garden and let it break down.
Yep.
We did find a yellow, which means it's already done half the work for us. We're going to save that for seeds and let it continue to dry out, along with a couple of others that are starting to turn from green to yellow. That will give us some seeds for next year. But there are some whoppers in there.
So we're going to go over and show you how we're going to amend the soil, and then we'll give you a quick weigh-in. So we've made our way back over to the refrigerator, which all our peas were in, and we are amending our soil. Gina's already started digging up grass, getting the soil all fluffed up. We're pretty much going to do the same thing we always do. Add bone meal, blood meal. Going to clean up this. We'll be keeping the trellis system and utilizing it for further projects. Anything you want to say, dear, before we go into cosmic warp speed?
So me and Chris do save the root structure of our previous plants, just to let it break down and add more nutrients to the soil. That is a personal preference. I know most people don't do that anymore with all the good stuff we got.
Yeah, but we like to take advantage of everything, reuse as much as we can. Just like our wheelbarrow of greens over there will be going back to compost / the rabbits.
Alright guys, we're going to try this gadget out today. I took John's advice at Will It Grow, and I went out and bought myself a pH tester. This was only $13 on Amazon. It tells you if it's too dark, too light, if it's dry or wet, and your pH.
Solar powered as well.
Yes, it is solar powered.
Let's see what we got.
So I have it set for pH right now, so it's giving us the pH, which is actually a little high. So we're going to be amending it anyway, which will help. And look, if you can see in the background, it's a little warm right there.
Oh, let me get right up in. Can you see that little dude? This bed's full of them. At the bottom of this is decomposing leaves that we filled up.
And light, it will tell me that. Holy crap, there's a lot of light here.
Yeah, lots of light.
And you can also change it over to moisture.
Oh. And that's the moisture setting. So we're a little dry, right?
A little bit.
But we are just planting, so what are we adding to our soil?
So we are going to be adding some bone meal, some blood meal.
The bone meal.
This is an organic vegetable tomato food, and Christopher did not save the amount on there, so
yeah,
I'm just going to sprinkle some of this in. It's mostly worm castings and kelp and that kind of stuff, fish emulsion.
Alright, so we're going to add all this stuff and we'll get back to you and tell you what these beauties are that are going in.
Alright, so we're back and we are going to do some planting now. We have amended our soil. We used the bone meal, the blood meal, and our organic fertilizer. So in here, Chris's mom asked me to plant some cucamelons. They're supposed to be really good for diabetics, so I'm positive, almost positive, that this is my cucamelon. And I got really excited when my currant tomatoes or spoon tomatoes came in, so they're in here as well. So we're going to plant these guys out, give them a little more space to breathe, and I believe these are my patty pan, and as you can see, they're suffering in there, so we're going to get them out too. I'm going to do this as carefully as possible. Just want to show you that you guys can plant multiple things in one pot too. It can be done. So I'm just going to gently, hopefully not lose the whole pile.
Just set them down where you're going to place them.
So he's going to go here.
One there.
So you just want to be gentle and they'll come right apart. Come on. That's a big hole. It's actually more in there than I anticipated. I'll put the little guys in there. And there's my cucumber.
What do we got over here?
These containers I'm not a fan of. They were at the Dollar Tree and they hold way too much moisture.
You can't really poke a hole in them. You kind of have to slice them. That's way deep, sorry.
It's alright, he's really leggy, so it compensates.
And our last one.
There is a nasturtium in here too, but as you can see, it's not looking too hot.
Yeah, he's not doing too good. So again, we have our patty pans. What kind of tomatoes were these?
These are the spoon or the currant tomatoes. So they get like pea-sized tomatoes.
There's another one here. That is our cucamelon. And what was that one again? Is that another patty?
Yeah, those three are the...
Oh, we have 3 patties. Excellent.
Remember, he's a tomato. Remember, plant your tomatoes deep.
Yep.
Of course, there's a bee flying around my head right now, and I'm allergic. I think these guys are going to have a fighting chance, so why don't you put him...
Right there. Just poke a hole and run with it. So we're finishing up here. And always remember, you want to water down everything you plant. That way the roots set and they can grab into the soil you just introduced them to, correct?
Yes, and it's always good to leave a little bit of that soil they came from.
So, just again, beautiful tool, solar powered, tells you moisture levels, alkaline levels, and also your aluminum levels.
Yes, Amazon had a lot of good deals on them. I got it at, I'm a Prime member, so I got it for $13 with free shipping and handling.
And suggested tools for raised beds makes your life a lot easier. This beautiful contraption, along with a rake, can't beat it. We have to do this in 2 segments, so this is 2 pounds, second weight of peas. Looks like 10 ounces. Swiss chard. Two ounces. This is our kale.
Oh, fumbles everywhere.
Blooper moment. Oh, there's another one. She just headbutted the camera. And we have 7 ounces of kale.
Mm.
Mousseline lettuce. 3 ounces. Wax and green beans. Maybe an ounce.
Quick tip on these that I discovered lately. So since you're only bringing in handfuls at a time, we're going to start dehydrating these and putting them in a jar. And we're going to have them for winter soups.
And our straight 8 cucumber.
This is our 3rd one. Things producing like crazy.
3rd cucumber. 8 ounces. We wanted to introduce our new buddy. We found him in the trash the other night and we saved him. So what we want you guys to do is to name him for us. Maybe some suggestions from our Canadian friends.